Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on live stream music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last mini-series on the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, and just through his life and his comebacks and everything else, such an encouragement to the world. So I trust you enjoyed those too. Well, we're going from there to Ireland today. Enya Patricia Brennan was born in 1961 in Donegal, Ireland. And the Brennan family, really famous in Ireland for their musical genius and brilliance. In fact, the Brennan family is very much behind the band Clannad that have been around for a long, long time. But Enya decided, and this is who we're going to today, that around the early 1980s, she was going to have a solo career. She did spend some time in Clannad, but decided, no, I'm going to do my own thing. And she very much has done that ever since, and there's an incredible story here today. Enya is very much influenced by classical, church music, Irish reels, and jigs. She loves strong melodies, and you give her a strong melody and she'll be listening to it all day. Of course, her songs themselves have strong melodies in them. Enya is a multi-instrumentalist, and she is also bilingual, singing her songs in at least 10 languages, if not more. What can we say about Enya? I believe we can put her in a distinctive category. I don't think there's anyone else remotely close to Enya, just in the way that she is and the success that she's had, just the whole round package that is Enya. She goes beyond music. She goes into places which our souls almost resonate with before our minds. Because when you think about Enya, you think about whimsical, you think about spacious, you think about mysterious, you think of out-of-world, cosmic, graceful, beautiful, just the whole thing. She has such a beautiful way about her, very gentle, very forceful when she needs to be, but gentle and beautiful and gracious. And very much when you see this girl perform, that she performs a lot, but when you see her perform, that's just very much who she is. Her songs transcend music. They're works of art, these songs, that is for sure. She's found success too. Between 1987 and 2015, there's been 8 studio albums. There's been some gaps in there, by the way, which is obviously what you do. I think, to quote Enya, she said, I was becoming a little bit too famous and I wanted to just resonate with that and to just not be famous for a while. I think there's something quite cool about someone that can do that, to think, I'm not going to get carried away by fame, because music's the most important thing to me. In fact, in an interview from Enya, she said it's all about the music. Music is the most important thing. It was going to be the thing I was going to do. I was in a very musical family, and there was no other option for me than that. So 8 studio albums, but when you listen to an album of Enya's, there's so much production in it and so much stuff in there. I can imagine it taking quite a while to record one of her albums and to write them and to work out how they're going to go and all the rest of it. She sold 75 million albums. She's the top-selling solo artist in Ireland and the second overall. Of course, U2 being the highest-selling Irish artist of all time. Enya has won 7 World Music Awards. You sort of think that with the sort of music she does. She's received 4 Grammy Awards. She's received the Novella Award, Significant Award for Music and Composition. And she's been nominated for both Academy Award and Golden Globe Award because she was involved in The Lord of the Rings. I think it might have been the song right at the end of the 3rd movie that she got nominated for that. Of course, that's when Frodo goes off into wherever he goes, and there's need to be just such a song to capture that whole thing. Because the thing about Frodo, just thinking about it, obviously he had been significant in The Lord of the Rings and what he actually did, but when he left that journey finished, he didn't quite know what to do with himself, so he ended up just going off to rest. And there's just nothing like Enya's songs to enable you to do that. But when I think about Enya and her influence and significance to the world, I think of very much about this word called flow. You know, the way it just, our brains kind of check out, our brains aren't needed because we're in such a safe and respectful place of humanity that our brains can check out for a while. And we don't need to think about the music. We just let it wash over us and let it seep into us. And Enya's music just has a way of doing that. Besides her absolutely beautiful voice, she's got as well the way that she just oohs and ahs and hums and goes through her music. There are more than words. It's just a whimsical, beautiful thing that she does. Got me thinking a little bit about our brains and the thinking that we always constantly need to do. You know, if we go to a movie, we need to see the trailer first to work out what it's about and all the rest of it. I wonder how often we give ourselves permission to stop our thinking and just to go with the flow. And I just wonder also, you know, in those moments when we have to do things and all the rest of it, if we try to overthink things too much, it may not go as well as if we just go with the flow. But it's not a flow based on, you know, just whatever happens, happens sort of thing. Because I think you'll find with Enya's music, there's a lot of thinking going on behind the scenes. But what she does is she's trying to capture a vision, kind of capture a dream for her music. And that it is that whimsical thing that she's trying to capture. A lot of effort goes into actually doing that, mind you, but it is that culture of the music that is very much inspiring her. And I'm just wondering, what is your flow? How do you know when you're actually living? How do you know that you're actually doing stuff effortlessly? You know, you might go to work and it's just effortless for you. You're going with the flow. You don't have to think too much. It just happens. Obviously, you always develop and change and work out how you can do it better. But there's a flow about what you do. It's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. What about driving? You know, in Australia, we drive on the left-hand side of the road. You know, if there's cars parked on the left-hand side, they might be having a coffee and there's a guy turning right. Well, we've got a situation where we've got 2 lanes blocked. There might just be just enough room to sneak past the guy turning right. And so we get in a bit of a flow with our driving. We just naturally look, we look cautiously, we look and see what the traffic's like, and we just go with the flow. The worst thing we can do in a situation like that is to try and speed through those little gaps. No, we just very easily and very nicely just do that, and it just happens without us having to think. I think this is what Enya is inviting us into. She's inviting us into this place of non-thinking, where we're so confident and so sure about what our capabilities are that we go into a new place, a completely different place, where, you know, life takes on new meaning and we transcend into a different place. It's very hard to put Enya's music into words. I think this is the thing about Enya. What she's encouraging us to do is to find our flow, find our deepest part of ourselves and let that shine. And certainly this is what Enya has done today. So as this video is going to be posted probably in 2022, around January, February, somewhere around there, I suppose this is the year for you to think about where you've come from, where you're headed, and where you're at right now. How can you find your flow in your life? Because we all have a flow of some sort, and Enya is very much encouraging you to do that today. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you. Well, on to the clips. Now, when Enya was asked what her most significant song was, she quoted this on Orinoco Flow from a Watermark album of 1988. This is very much brought Enya to the world. And when you hear the violins picking at the start, you know exactly where this song is going and why it is a significant song for Enya and for the world. Orinoco, and there's that word flow from 1988. That's actually a live version, which is pretty cool. Now, Enya doesn't actually she doesn't need to do much on stage, really. Her grace and her beauty just captivates her audiences. And so there's a very beautiful live clip of that one. We then got Only Time. This came from A Day Without Rain from the year 2000. This is the official clip on this one. And again, just beautiful images and scenes. Of course, when you're having your songs, you've actually got to just have these clips that just become art forms in their own right as well. Only Time is a classic Enya right there. We then got Amarantine, I hope I said that right, from 2005. This is, actually I think it's Amarantine, there we go, I got it right, from the year 2005. This is the official clip, and this is very much, again, so clever, this clip. You know, you just watch and think, wow, this is just amazing. And when you put Enya's music there behind the scenes too, it just really brings the whole thing alive really, really well. So we've got Amarantine from 2005. That's the official clip. So the links to those 3 songs are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Elvis Presley, just the second part of that. If you want to recap on him, of course, he was nowhere near like Enya. Enya was kind of in a league of her own, as Elvis was actually, but different leagues, that is for sure. But it's there if you want to recap on Elvis Presley. Well, if you have come back for another video, or if this is your first time to Life Reflections to Music, welcome to everybody. It's so great to see everybody back. And thank you for staying with me, because we've still got plenty of content to go in this series. Well, that's it for today. And we're going to stay in Ireland next time with singer-songwriter Ewan Heaslip. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.